Hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Maverick Workshop here. We're going to be working on an Ebonite pen. I've got a few other ones that I was working on yesterday. I got those trimmed down, drilled and stuff yesterday. So today is going to be Ebonite. I'm going to be doing an Ebonite pen as well, and then once I get to the shaping, then I'll start doing all the other Black Opals that I was doing as well. So that is that's the plan for today. So I'm going to tilt this camera down so it can look at my metal lathe, and I'm going to be doing the Ebonite pen, the cap, barrel, and section. So that will be done, and then yeah, then we'll put it over here with the other ones that I've got set up. These right here. I made 4 on stream yesterday, but I decided to do another one. So I got that ready earlier today. But I think I want to go ahead and throw in an Ebonite as well. So for the Ebonite, I've already got the pieces chopped up. I went ahead and did a whole bunch of those. Just got to make sure that I have plenty of material, because let's see. Yes, this will be close on material. Yeah, but it should be good to go. So yeah, without further ado, I reckon let's get right into it. Well, I guess we're gonna be on this cam for a moment, so here we go. In just a moment, I'll tilt this camera down. Okay. Sorry, gonna have to move a little bit. There we go. So this is what we're gonna look at until I get that ready. So if you could, I don't have the other cam optimized for this position, but that looks pretty good, right? All right. It ain't gonna be that long like this. So we'll just move that over. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. That's good enough. That is good enough, right? Let's see. Hey, what's up? Will we? How you doing? It is evening for me. Where are you coming from? Oh, I mean, maybe you just woke up. Who knows? All right, just gonna get some quick Ebonite going here. The camera behind me is ready for. Let's see. It is ready for the wood turning, or the wood lathe turning part. Oh, right on. Hey, from the Philippines. Cool. That's pretty cool. Sorry, this won't take very long. But yeah. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming by and hanging out and stuff. Not sure at all what time it is there. But yeah, so I'm just gonna be kind of chatting and working on this stuff. So that it's not gonna be too long of this. I've got 2 sections and then a cap and a barrel, and I've already got backup pieces cut. If I do happen to mess up something, I will just go back a bit and redo it, or grab a new piece rather, and then just do that part again. Hey, I appreciate it for doing that. Are you into pin making? Do you already make pins or anything like that? Okay. Are you do you like fountain pens? But yeah, I like using fountain pens, so obviously I like making them as well. Oh, you haven't seen one? Okay. Well, you know, I should probably keep one of those handy. Let's see. It's a little odd. I don't really have any completed ones out here. Let's see. Well, a fountain pen is let's see, it uses a metal nib that looks like this. So this is called a nib, and so when you make a section, I have to make it so it fits in there. So there we go. For this particular thing, I like to have a compressor, but the hose is all the way over there and it can be a little loud. So that is good. All right, gotta measure this right quick. There we go. These are 64ths in that. Oh man, I guess I gotta mess up my calipers. My other ruler is inside the house. All right, here we go. We gotta get this measured right quick. Oop, there we go. Okay. Just got to get a measurement right quick here. All right, there we go. This is what we're looking at. Okay, have a good one. See you around. Okay, that's good. That's good. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's good. We're going to go ahead and yeah. Okay, let's see. Whoa! Back a little bit. There we go. This won't be too long here. Perfect. We are flush. Right where we want to be. Okay, so that one is done. Next, all right. Boom. Come on, baby. We can do this. Mm-hmm. So this particular material here is some stuff that we special ordered, although it didn't end up the color that we were hoping it would be. It was a little more green than we anticipated it was going to be. That's all right. Let's see. We got anything wonky going on there? What? Okay, I guess not. Suppose that's all right. No big deal. Bow, bow, bow. Okay. Nice. Flip this beauty around here. Gotta get it measured. Okay. I'm gonna trim it back. Nice and easy. Good. There we go. Flush with it. Oh, there you are. There you are. These are very fine threads for this section here. Okay. That is now good. We can put these away. I think staying organized is one of the very important things about making stuff. And man, I'm a little slacking, I gotta say, but so we'll see if I have to sit here and look for anything. Hopefully not. Just a little bit back. Boom. Boom. Okay. Now we're going to make sure that that still fits flat and flush. And yes. All right, so now we've got both of our sections here. Whoa. What? Oh, goodness. That's why you got to measure twice, huh? You got to trim this one back a bit more. Okay. Now we got to see where this is fitting to see what I need to adjust next. Okay. Boom. And then this one. Sweet. That's nice. Now we need to do a quick little. Oh. I wonder if this thing was just drifting on its own. If so, my bad. Here's what it is. I'm Turner trying to be a little bit of a camera person, so cameraman. Let's see, did I did it tap deep enough? All right, I'm gonna go kind of retrace my steps here. Okay. See where a sticking point is. There. Never mind, we're good. Right. Just a tad bit more coarse. Let's see. We'll go. Where is that thing? Welcome back. Well, if nothing else, you're amusing, my friend. We'll be back next time. Right on. I'll see you around. Let's see. Are we good now? Golly. Yes. Sometimes it doesn't want to do exactly what you want it to do, but here we go. So now we got both of our sections. Now, time for a body. It's with the, or barrel. Body or barrel, either one. So, just trimming the surface to make it nice and smooth. Grab my drill bit for that. Back it off. Let's see how long. Wind her down a little bit. That's a little too speedy. The curls are a little different because it's rubber, right? Instead of resin or wood, it kind of coils up, I guess, more like Delrin does. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like it, I don't know. The way that it feels is interesting. Okay, so for this, because we didn't do the recess on the base of the section, we're going to do a little bit more of a relief on the inside of here. Perfect. Now we're going to tap. Sweet. Good to go with that. Next, gotta get the do a little chamfer here, I guess. Perfect. Let's see how we're feeling here. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Let's smooth this out a bit. Okay. Create some internal support. Boom. Pop this bad boy out. Move this one away. Now we'll be getting the other set up here. Little slippage. Little slippage. That means is the base of my tenon here. I didn't trim it far enough, but that's going to be fine because we're we will go back and hit a little bit of a relief in the back end there. So that won't even be a problemo. Okay. Oh, one more thing with that. We need to, or I need to, so that inside is nice and smooth. This one's going to get smoothed on the outside just a little bit. Hey, what's up, Sean? How you doing, man? Let's see. All right, that's good. That's good. Where are we? What we're going to do next is a little of this. There we go. All right, now I just need to do a tiny little poke with this because I don't have a lot of room that I can cut off. So I just need to do a little poke on the back end of this. That sounds funny. Let's see where we are. Oh. Okay. Just a little recess so I got a guide. Perfect. Now, the last thing we got to do is the cap here. But yeah, Sean, what you been up to, man? I heard you were doing some of the kits, getting loaded back up. Bolt action's doing well for you? Oh, not that one. This one. A little slow. Crank her up. And a pretty substantial drill bit here. So I think some people actually use a boring bar, and I think that helps with keeping the heat down. But oh, gotcha. Doing a manager's pin right now. It's cool. Is it got gold, pewter, diamonds? Okay, that, good indeed. This little guy. Yeah, oh man, you're going all out on it. Well, that's awesome, man. I bet he's gonna love it. What's not to like about something like that? Okay, put the tools away again, because those are all good and done. Just need to flip this around. Oh, one of your blanks, silver. Okay, cool, cool. Okay. We are now good with all of that. Just got to measure the inside right quick. Through it. Let's see about here. All right, now I'm going to measure it against that, make sure. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. So we're good over here. Let's go ahead and pop this camera back up. Get over here. There we go. That's good enough, right? Let's see. How's the focus? There. It's hard to tell, man. It's hard to tell. All right. Pop this out. So this is what we got so far. There we go. Oh, look at that. We got it going on. Just got to get to some shaping. I'm going to chase these threads right quick, get some internal support, and then do it. Let's see, make sure we got the correct one, and I was working around with some other stuff, so. Come on now. You don't want it to get to this point and then you cross thread it or something silly. Yeah, here we go. So this is why I have two sets of dies, because I have one that's in this tool right here, so I can flip it easier. What's that, a die holder? Yeah. Oh, them threads looking nice. All right, let's see how she goes on. Oh, yeah. And then that little recess will take care of that last little bit. Perfect. That's what we like to see. Okay. Let's hop over to the other cam. There we go. Look at that. It's all clean too. I cleaned it for you. Because, you know, I'm just a nice guy. Have a nice clean workspace. Always. As much as possible, I guess. Okay, so that's good, that's good. Now it's just time to shape all of the pieces. So again, this is, let's see. So here's where we are. We've got, you know, all of these are ready to go. And then these are the mandrels back here, and this is the other mandrel that I use for the sections. Yeah, so I'm just going to set my calipers to the diameter I want the sections to be, and then everything else just going to be pretty much done on the wood lathe. So that'll be pretty cool. I like it, at least. This is where some people they actually don't make it over to the wood lathe, and that's another way, I reckon. But I'm gonna have a little hydrate here. There it is. Gotta hydrate a bit with I got some Red Bull in here, so I might be up for a little while. Who knows? I make the mandrel now? No, sir. I've already got the mandrel made. Yeah, I've got all the mandrels made. Well, not the brass ones. The brass ones I bought. But I have a few sets. Or, yeah, a couple sets of the 13 and 10. And then one set of the 9 and 12. But I don't like 9 by 0.75, so I don't even use that one. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, man. Come on now. There you go. Get that locked in there pretty decently, I reckon. Oh, hey. What in the heck? That's really small. We don't want that one. Let's see. Now, why is this thing messing me up? There we go. There you are. You're the one we need. Call it into the collar, snap her in, get it started. There we go. All right. We're actually going to not start with the cap. We're going to start with the section. Okay. But this is the mandrel that I made. You can see that it's fit for the collet here. The tool rest you'll want it angled so this could come in. So now we just have to trim it down to the appropriate diameter so it fits inside the cap, and then we need to then we'll do the little grip shape that we're going to go with. All right. There we go. Okay. Sweet. Let's move this over here. Like your CNC, but this is horizontal and manual. But yeah, how you doing, Peepo? I like this. Okay. There we go. What do you usually make on your CNC? Let's see. Okay, that's good. That's good. But yeah, I always keep a few mandrels made for a variety. So this is one that's been used quite a bit and then ended up shipping, but this part is the correct diameter. I just need to put it in a collet, trim it back, drill it deeper to where it's the correct size, and then I can use it again. So just wondering what I was doing. Well, these are sections for some fountain pens that I was started working on yesterday. Yeah. Let's see. What do you make on your CNC? Is that better? There, that'll work. Okay. All right. But yeah, making some fountain pens. I've already drilled them and everything, so now it's just time to shape them, get them all to that point all shaped up, and then it'll be the next thing will be the sanding and polishing. So just kind of moving them along in phases is how I'm doing this set, at least. All right. Make sure you hydrate. It's hot. All right. So I gotta turn Morty on. And Morty's my dust collection. So hopefully it won't be too loud, but there definitely will be a sound. Just gonna have to be what it is. Let's set back over. Okay. Let's see where we're measuring here. Perfect. Okay. Oh, of course. Where are you going? Gotta do a drop test. Okay. Perfect. No need to change anything. We like that. Oh man. That's nice. Ebonite. Vulcanized rubber. I buy these in rods. In Japan. You can buy Japanese ebonite or German ebonite. I'm not sure if the US has got. I'm sure we do, but any of the ones off the top of my head. But this is Nico ebonite. People like the way that ebonite feels. It just kind of feels nicer in your hand. It's a little bit warmer feeling. Kind of interesting. But yeah. I'll go for an hourglass shape on this one. I like the hourglass shape. It looks as though your grip pinch is a little bit more favored on the back side, at least the way that I do it. So I like it. It makes it so this is the larger part, and then your fingers will actually rest kind of right here. So I'll show you here once I finish it, but I like it. So it kind of looks a little different, especially compared to some other ones, but when you put it back together, go. It fits pretty nicely, and then the natural resting point, the way that I've got this one in particular, is made so your fingers kind of rest a little bit further back compared to this one, where your fingers are a little bit more forward. So obviously you can put your fingers wherever, but the contours are, as you start pressing down while you're writing, it'll just kind of naturally go forward. And so this one, it flares out again at a very different point. So while it might not look the nicest, it is comfortable. For the other one, I'm going to do the other Ebonite, that is. I'm going to do the similar one to what I had before on the resin one. We're going to go ahead and get that knocked out. So we'll get this trimmed down to the appropriate diameter, and then this will what? Not quite. Back's good. The front needs a little bit more. That's nice. Okay, so again, this is the section. Just working it down to its diameter that it's going to be, so it can fit top. Now we're going to do some shaping of it. So again, the grip is going to be a little bit more forward than the previous one. And this is probably the more common style or type of grip that people prefer. Sometimes when you have the nib too close to your hand, then you see over your hand. But some people, they curl their hand writing. They'll curl their arm around while they're writing. I've seen left-handers do that. A little different. Take a look at how we're fitting here. Okay. That looks nice. Maybe sand that down just a little bit. We shall see. Oh man. All right. Hey, what's up? I'm here. Man. I don't have anybody to teach, so we'll be doing this. It's interesting that there's so many things that people want to know nowadays because of social media and stuff. But then you're not like patient enough to like learn it. You just kind of want to hear the answer and then hope that you remember it. So this is like pretty normal, I would say, for somebody with ADD, but somebody that like used to study, it's different. Oh yes, perfect. Put this down just a little bit more in the back end here. Oh. Righty, we are looking good. Front end, definitely a little bit more. Give this a little check. Oh, I need to do that. Do this. Sweet. Good. Two more. Oh, thank you. Perfect. Boom. All right, let's check it against the barrel that it goes with. Lovely. Usually have my not. Close. That was close. All right, that's close too. We need to get it a little bit further back. Middle is not as important as the outsides are because, well, you can imagine. Am I right? You can imagine. Why? Just over trimming it down. So I think another trim up. Got a little stuffy there. All right. Oh, let's take a look at this and see where we're sitting here. We're sitting nice. Yes. Okay, we're gonna go for what's it? 50. I believe that. Yeah. Boom. Right. Am I right? Let's see. What is this one? That's not right. But 15. Okay, so 15. 15. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's 1550 that I'm gonna go for here. Let's see, just a moment. I gotta go find. Oh. Okay. Let's see. what we're doing here. Okay, yeah, 1550 for the cap. And then 1514. Yeah, about 14. Ooh. Hmm. Okay. All right. Stay hydrated. All right. I need to clear the dust collection right quick. Make sure that we're clear. Pull the noodles. Oh, I cracked myself up. Okay, let's see. Wrong way, my bad. Just trying to make sure I didn't slam into the tool list. 1550, 14. Yeah, that sounds about right. 1550, 14. So we're gonna go ahead and get this 50. So for this one, geez, I don't have very far to go. That's nice. That is right where we need to be, and this gives us a little margin for error. That's also if you think that it was cut too close, it's a little bit of margin of error. So for this, the caps are actually going to be a little bit, well, caps and the barrels for these particular ones, because the Black Opals, they always do a little recess so we can do finials in both the cap and the barrel. So, boom. I need to find my couple pieces right quick. This one. Okay, there's this one. There should be. Where's my other one? Not hugely important at the moment, but while I'm thinking about it, to have it. It's supposed to be what, 3/8. Yeah, it's a 3/8 that I'm looking for. Let's see. It matters. Okay, never mind. It matters less. So we're going to take a look at this. What's perfect? That's what we're going to go with. This one is going to be a Marauder, which is what I call that profile. The profile of flat ends, tapered, and then the other one that I've got is called a Guardian. Those are the names that I like for these. I need this and I need this. I've already got my marks that I need, so go ahead and do what I call defining the line. So we've got the line defined. Now we know there is no going past that. Or the rest of the pin, you won't go past that. So we're going to take this down to about that one. Run it and see where we're at. I could have done this on my metal lathe, but I like doing as much as I can this way. Let's give this a little measure here. At the very end is good. This side, it's got a little gouge in it, so we're gonna try to smooth it out on this end, and then hold off on the rest of it, and then do a little taper on this side. So like the top third is where I do my tapers. But we can't do it too far because we're going to have a finial, right? We don't want to do that. We're going to take it too far. So the very base of this is going to be about 15 feet. So there we are. We're just going to get the rest of it dialed in. And for fine tuning stuff, I use a file. And if I could impart one thing, if you were doing flat and straight parts of something, this is like a super duper secret, man. Seriously though. I really think it is like so simple, and yet, man, not used enough. But then again, if you don't know, you don't know. Yes, there is that. Okay, perfect. Oh, hey. So that's good, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and smooth this out a bit here. Good. I'm gonna do just a little center poke here. Well, turn the speed way down, and then we're gonna do our finial recess here. Oh, there it is. All right, let's see how we're spinning here. Oh yeah, we are beautiful. And this is that go in nice and easy. Nice. Okay, so that I'm gonna go a little deeper here. Okay. Boom. And then the last little thing that we better do right quick is take a little nipple that remains here, so it doesn't interfere. There we go. Hey, favorite trick I taught you, my man. I'm glad you found it useful. There we go. All right. Perfect. So this is good. But yeah, man, that is good. It is a good one. Okay. Let's see. I need to do a better profile next time. Yeah. If I I can do better than this. Okay. Need my live center again. These all have been measured, by the way. Probably figured that out on your own, but ooh, runaway carbide. That set. Pitter patter, you. Whoa, okay, wait a second. 15.5. Right. Okay. Never mind. Okay, that is good. We're right where we want to be, actually, already. Goodness. I'm going to pop this. Sorry, we're not going to pop that. We're going to taper this just a little bit. Okay. Drop the speed. Do a little refining here. Just if necessary. Just. Okay. Shoot. Okay. Okay, we'll do one more of these, flip it over to a Guardian Ebonite that we're going to be doing, and then we'll hop back to continuing these. Maybe we get a little breakage. Diversity, you know? See, this is a way to use the... But you don't need to. don't need to do any here. How we want it to. Shoot. Getting the rhythm here. Okay. Back that off. In there. Boom. A little easier. I want to put my big noggin in your way. I want you to be able to see the magic that's happening. When I first figured out how to do this, I was thinking, you know, do you think people actually want to know how to do something like this? Because there is some beauty in the mysteries. Oh shoot. Oh, the phone. The phone. Okay, there we go. This is going to be a guardian. We're going to be rounding the ends of both the Ebonite cap and the barrel. You can see my line here. So, because, let's make sure, because it is. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go for this, and then that, but we don't want to take it all the way. And the guardian is a rounded end here, so we're gonna do a similar diameter because it's the same cap to barrel cap and die that we're using. But we're going to take this one and make it a little more tapered because we're not going to do a thing. We have other plans for these. So when you do these stuff, when you do things, you kind of got to make sure that you know like where your line is, where it's gonna like, you gotta know where your line is, where the length of the cap. Sorry. So the length of the cap is determined, and so don't deviate. Sometimes you'll think, oh, you know what, maybe it's a little too small, or too short, or too narrow, or too whatever. But you already measured it, so you can trust your tools. So you measure twice and cut once. Okay. So this is going to be a little different because we're not really going for like the same. Let's see, the end diameter, but as far as the other side, we are going to continue to go for the same diameter. Don't want the cap to be too thick. So if you're one of the pin turning people that have issues with the pregnant belly look for your kit pins, yeah, I'd say that the file will be a good way to kind of address that. Be a way for you to make it flatter And it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. A little weird in the beginning, but man, it really is. So a lot of people, what they tend to do is they find a flat edge. They'll find a flat edge, and then they'll put a piece of sandpaper on that flat edge, and you're like, you know, a file is a flat edge, and you won't really need to replace it. You just need to trim it out, or sweep it out. I mean. And then as far as this little bit goes, I take this at an angle going this way because I want to dig in there, and then I'll have like a weird point, but that's not really a big deal. It's easy to sand that. I just want to make sure that this this part, for me personally, I like that this spot is thicker in diameter than back here, so make sure that that is the case. Which it is not actually in the porch, but that's okay. See, that's why it's also nice, because you can adjust the profile of the pin here and not have to worry about it being super duper fast, because if it is super duper fast, you are turning it, it'll kind of go like this, and so you won't have concentric circles. It'll be offset one way or the other. But in this case, it's fine. So use the file and then have it relatively slow. We don't want it spinning super fast. You're going to be you'll cause it to get really hot. Okay, and then this looks nice and ugly, which is no problem because they're gonna get sanded and polished later, you know. So, what ifs? Okay, so we did the Ebonite. Now back to some of these beauties. I know these probably don't look like much, but man, when they are all finished, they are beauts. So what's up, yo? Anything? No? All right. All right. Have you ever heard of that website called Rent a Friend? I signed up for one day, but there was nobody in my town. And then I tried to change it, but there was an ad at the top of the website that wouldn't let me change the location. So, yeah, I ended up just canceling it. So if I wanted, it feels like I have to like restart if I wanted to do it. I just thought it'd be pretty interesting to see what kind of people you get. Abbie was like, you know, you would do something like that, wouldn't you? Yeah, I would. Go meet random people in person. Well, maybe. It's water. Mint water. And the mint is from the little outside thing we got here. Let's see where we are. That side is about where we want it to be, so we just need to clean up the front end here, taper the back end just a little bit. Just a little bit, not too crazy. Come on, man. There it is. Yeah, I don't like that big old bump right there. So we're gonna address that. This right there. It's a pin cap. It's not supposed to have a knuckle. Perfect. That didn't take very much. Get out of here. Should always bring your toothbrush down in case you got to brush your teeth, or in case you got to, clean the swarf off and you don't want to put your fingers there. Either reason's a good one. There we go. Boom. That good. That's good. I suppose I could just just want it slightly recessed, that way I don't have to worry about that being the part that is the problem. Will be the general target. So I got one more to go. One more to do here. And the barrels are going to be similar to the caps, which is something. It might be a little easier though, probably. Right where we want to be already. We'll smooth this out a bit. Let's take this side of this. Another. there's like two steps. There's one that goes to about here, so from here to here, and then it's like a taper that in. And then when you get to that point, you want to make sure that the diameter of it is sufficient to facilitate a finial. So you have to know what diameter finial you're using. And then once you know that, then you can make sure you don't go below that. And you want a decent amount of wall, I would imagine. Cut this out. This action here. Pardon my reach. Oh. Make sure. We've got no more. All right, so that one's done. So now we are on 3/8. Yes. I'm gonna keep these together. Alright, so all the caps need to pop out, the sections need to pop out. Because we got the barrels to go, and they're already measured. I already marked them where they need to be. Alright, they're going to be the, let's see, diameter 50 feet, 14. About 1410 is what I'm going to be going for here. I believe. Right there. All right, barrel now. So this one, I'm actually going to go a little longer than what I have the initial mark being here. And that's because the thing is going to be a little different than I anticipated initially, which is not a big deal. It's super simple. You just measure the full length of your pin that you want it to be, and then you just make sure that you have a little bit of excess for your recess. It's kind of cool. We're looking at 10. Sure, we'll go with that. And then go from there. It happens. I have yet to turn this one around ever since I've had it, and I've had this thing for years. It does have chips, so whoops. Whoopsies. So you can see the marking here at the back side. I'm gonna move this over. So you can do this a couple ways. If you happen to need to create a little recess for the cap, this is the time that you could do it. All right, so this is the mark for the overall length that we're going for. And we're going to use the tool that just fell on the ground. Make sure that that is the spot. My mark is pretty much that. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer because I got to cut that reset. Okay, so it is defined. This is going to get trimmed down. So, now I kind of have an idea of what I need to do. This is about 15, the mandrel that is. So I start there. Here we go. I start there, and then I get my parting tool, and I do just a little bit of. What you could actually do, if you really wanted to, you can make it a little bit longer right there. Just make sure that your measurements are accurate when it comes to the other stuff. The other stuff meaning like the dimensions and measurements of the cap. Making sure that your nib fits in there, no problem. We're going to work on papering this a bit. So I like doing the same thing where it is tapered similarly to how the cap is. Okay. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. Measurement. Good. That's a good thing. That needs to go down a bit more. That's gonna run. So, for the sake of making it as easy on yourself as possible, you know, getting that visual reference from the threads to the actual body that you're trying to do, just take a look at it and do your best, you know? See how straight we're turning here? When you take your time and you do it right, it's going to end up just how it needs to be, and it won't be out of round, it won't be anything like that. But at this point, what we're going to do, we're going to see what this does, actually. So this is a different size that we're using here, and so I want to see if it is appropriate, or it looks like it's going to be. Heck yeah. Alright, and then we'll just use our little square carbide here, and we'll get that in there. And because the body is not drilled as far as, or as close as the cap is to the opening point, this is going to be better. This is cool. This one's done. Now, the reason I leave it a little bit more like that is so during the sanding process, it can actually get reconfigured, readdressed. There's a lot of things that can happen. But yeah, so basically, this is one of the ones that we've got finished now. So here we go. So the cap and then the barrel, and it is slightly tapered. And the proportions are about a 1 to 1.6 or so, I think. I don't know if you've ever heard of the golden ratio, but it is a 1 to a 1.6. So this is about just under half. So times 1.6, the is 0.6 of that. Probably in vicinity of that, so maybe another inch and change. This one is 2 and a chunk. So, okay, it's a little, looks a little less than the golden ratio. The golden ratio is a ballpark for anything that is got one side versus another. For like bowl making or not bowls, lidded boxes. So the cylindrical lidded boxes, that's what I'm talking about. Those are 1/3, 2/3. Okay, so these threads, you might not be able to see, are, however, the threads themselves are a little on the shorter side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank this up, one, and then we're going to trim those down with the square carbide. And then, like I had said before, you can use the parting tool, and you can go straight down, and you can kind of increase the thinning size, and then make it so that is the part that gets a little bit lower. There we go. Alright, now it's just a matter of finishing this bad boy up, getting it to the appropriate diameter. And then I'll taper this. So, I don't know where my teeth are. Oh. Okay. Perfect. Take this, try to make it as level as I can. And then again, same thing. You can take the other piece, not the other piece, but the file, and then just tidy up the last little bit, just a little bit. So it kind of like dips right there, but we want this to be the appropriate size, so we're going to use the 4 size. And then, so we do just like one rub across, and it tells me that this area here, and this little tiny bit right there is lower than the rest of it. So we're going to try to get it to where it's all like the lighter color. Then I'm going to flip it over and move to the refining part of it. Boom, crank her back up. Whoop. Oh, pardon me. Gotta measure it. And we're right. Of course we are. Oh, cool. Boom, get out of here. It's a thought. Now, here's another little trick, okay? If you're using not a Forstner bit, you're using a different type of bit, you can go ahead and use your square in the corner here, and then just go in, because your other tool is not going to use the middle as a guide, unlike a Forstner bit, or if you are using a Forstner bit, but the one that I'm using is not that. It's taken me a while to find this little guy here, but it is, whew, nice. It's pretty nice. I don't know why we're spinning so fast. So if we're spinning too fast, like I said, it makes it go wonky. Let's see. And this action, crank her up. Very good. Boom. All right, now this barrel is Dunsky's. Just want to make sure that we can go where we want to here. Boom. All of the Black Opals are going to be the same. The only one that's going to end up being a Guardian is the one that is Ebonite. And it's got a different workbench. Right. I love you. Hope you sleep good. Why? Why you guys say that? Can we stop? You sure? You sure? Now? You want to do it now? Okay. All right. Well, it was a fantastic show. Got to take care of some other thing right quick. I hope you enjoyed. You got to see everything. You saw some these pins here. These pins are pretty much ready to rock and roll. They'll probably get tapered a bit more on the back end here, and then they'll have their finials on both sides. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.